One of the things the Lord spoke to me, the Lord said, for you to sustain revival, there's three things that you will continually have in the house. He said, number one, prayer. And number two, he said, praise and worship. Say with me, praise and worship. So one of the, I will say that I'm a carrier of the presence of God. Wherever I go, whatever the moment I come this way, I felt, because I carry the presence, I carry the glory. And for you to be a carrier of the glory of God, you must be a worshiper. You're not going to even feel the presence if you're not a worshiper. Every worshiper in spirit and in truth is a person that carries the presence and the glory of God. Can I hear on that? So when we went into worship, there's so many things I can get into worship. I can be here for the next 3 months and I will not finish, because there's so much on praise and worship. So lift your hands and say worship. Can you put your hand together, those that are watching? So end time worship, the praise and worship as a weapon. You can call it different names, whatever you want to call it. Through the whole Bible, worship is the center of the Bible. In other words, you go from Genesis to Revelation, and worship is the center of everything. Say with me, worship. So when you speak about worship, there's so many things I can speak on worship. But what is worship? The word worship. The word worth come from the root word worth. Say with me, worth. Worth is putting worth or value to something. When you say worship, it comes from the root word worth, and it's put value into something. In the Hebrew, this worship, the word worship, Revelation chapter 4, verse 11, means, this is what it means. It means to esteem with worth. It means to honor. It means to place higher value on something. That's what it is. I want you to write it down. Worship in Hebrew, Revelation 4:11, the Bible says it means to esteem with worth, and then to honor, to place higher value on something. In other words, that's what God hates, idolatry. Anything you put higher value than God, anything that you esteem more than God, anything that you honor more than God, God considered that idolatry. So that's the reason, God is God. So when you put higher value on your family, your business, your time, you are putting those things as an idol. So that's the reason God hates idolatry. So Psalm 78, 58, and 59. In other words, worship, anything that you worship other than God is idolatry. That's why put in value, put in priority. Lift your hands and say priority. Can you say it, everybody, please? Priority. In other words, anything that you esteem, that you value. So that's what it comes to word worthless. In other words, when you put priority or worship an idol, anything, an idol can be your family. An idol can be your time. An idol can be a place, a thing. Anything that you put a value more than God or worship more than God, that what does God consider an idol. For they provoke him to anger in their high places and love him to jealousy with their graven images. In other words, you don't have to have a statue in your house to say, well, I don't have no idols in my house. It can be anything that you put more value or you be more worthy than God. Can I hear an amen on that? So you said that God doesn't want competition. Anything that competes against God, God will remove it. So worship means then, worship is put value into something. So idol compete with God when you worship, because whatever you worship and put more value and esteem and honor more than God, that is then an idol, and that God would end up removing it. So worship, I can speak worship, write it down. Worship means to acknowledge God in all things. In other words, you are worshiping God when you say, God, I acknowledge you, or I make you the Lord of my life and my business and my prayer life. And whatever I do every day, I acknowledge you as my God. Lift your hands and say, God, I acknowledge in all things. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. I want you to say, God, I acknowledge you in all things. No, louder. Trust the Lord. Listen what he says. Trust the Lord in all thine heart, and lean not into your own understanding. And in all thy ways acknowledge him. And how many ways? Are you acknowledge God in your business and your job? Well, that's what you worship, when you acknowledge him. Okay, so apparently this morning you need a little strong Cuban coffee to get up. And shall direct their path. So you see that worship is acknowledging God. Anytime you acknowledge God in your business, you say, God, I don't know how to do this transaction. Can you help me? I acknowledge you are the Lord over this. So worship, I want you to write this down. Worship means a perpetual gratitude. That's what worship is. It's a perpetual gratitude. That means that you thank God all the times, everywhere, all the times. That's when you worship God, you are grateful. That's perpetual gratitude. Lift your hands until the Lord said, I will have a perpetual gratitude toward God. Come on. So I want you to see something very powerful. Lift your hands to the Lord and say, God, I acknowledge you in all my ways. Say it to the brother. Say, I acknowledge God in all my ways. Say it louder, please. 34:1. I want you to see 34:1. I will bless the Lord all times. Okay, say it again. So perpetual. In other words, worship means perpetual, continual gratitude to him. And then he said, I will bless the Lord all the times. His praise shall be continually in my mouth. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. His praise will be continually. That's one of the reasons, if you want to say thank you, lift your hand and say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Keep saying it. Say thank you. No, I can't hear you. No, not like this. Thank you. No. Lift your hand and say thank you. 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 You just give him praise. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So you see that for example, says thank you. Where are the testimonies? Thank you. Say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Say thank you. So I want you to see some of the people that will say thank you, a perpetual gratitude to God. You know, one of the definition of the word worship in Hebrew, get closer guys. One of the definition of the word worship in Hebrew is a blow and a kiss. Blow a kiss to him. Not to me, not to your brother and his sister, to him. Come on. You know, in Hebrew, you don't blow a kiss to anybody or any person. You know who you blow a kiss to in the culture of Hebrew? Hello? If you blow a kiss to somebody that you are totally depending on. In other words, you blow a kiss not to everybody, but somebody that you depend. How many of you depend on God, on your finances, your strength? But why you don't blow a kiss? No, but just one, like you dry, like, no, like do good. I love you, I love you, I love. Come on, do bro a kiss. You are saying, when you blowing a kiss to God, you are saying, God, I depend on you. I depend my survival, my life, my finances, everything depend on you. Come on, lift your hands. I blow a kiss on God. That's where you keep revival alive, when people start blowing kiss to God. No, I need help, I need help, I need help, I need help, I need God. Come on, blow a kiss to him. When you say, I love you, you are saying, I depend on you. Oh, I depend on you. Oh, I depend on you. Oh, my finances, my business depend on you. I can't survive without you. I love you. Yes, come over here, son.
Apostle,
Because there's some people that want to blow a kiss to God. Are you have it already, blowing a kiss to the Lord?
Apostle, this is Janet. In October, she had a stroke. She's very young. At 30 years old, she had a stroke. The doctors were surprised, and because of that, she lost her speech. Her hands got all crumbled. It was hard for her to walk, but someone prayed for her. Mother prayed for her, and immediately the power of God healed her. She can walk now. She can talk now. And she said it's her second time here in the church. She said, I must go up and give thankfulness to God and give glory to God and praise to God because I am healed today.
Okay, daughter, so you came to give thanks to the Lord. Like, Paola, where are you? They left me over here. Okay, I want you to see 10 lepers. Jesus healed 10, and only one came back to say thank you. Blow a kiss on God. Tell me, daughter, when that happened? When did it happen? Tell me.
October 2nd, I was closing the business. We were about to leave, and I remember I had a really big headache, and I fell to the ground. They called the rescue.
Wow.
I couldn't speak. I remember when the rescue got there, they put me on the bed, and they took me to the rescue, and the one paramedic told the other, it's a stroke, we gotta go. And they went and informed my mom. I remember that she told me, because I don't remember a lot, that she was praying in the back, God, you can't take her. You can't. She's your child. Fill her with strength. May your blood flow through her. And thankfully, when I got to the hospital that I couldn't speak, they put medicine, and that same morning, I started talking again. Thank God. And I remember I had a lot of difficulty to walk. And a week after I got out of the hospital, I was walking. Thank God.
And of course, somebody prayed for you.
Yes, my mom at all times.
Because things just don't happen.
Yes, that's true.
Hello. In the supernatural, things just don't happen. It has to be prayer behind it. Come on, put your hand together. Give Jesus a big praise. Send me over here.
Apostle, this is Pastors Matt and Diana.
Tell me.
Apostle, earlier this year I was involved in a car accident. It was high speed on the expressway. There were 3 vehicles involved. One vehicle was rear-ended. That vehicle rear-ended us and threw us into the wall. The car turned, went head into the wall. The car spun out, and when the paramedics arrived, they didn't find anything wrong with me at all. All I had was some scratches on my hand. In December of last year, I started working a graveyard shift at a job. They wanted to mandate the vaccine. When I refused, they tried to fire me. But in the week of Rosh Hashanah, in that week, they promoted me to the day shift and made me station leader. Now I have 16 drivers under my care. I have 13 trucks under my care and 6 dispatchers under my care. And that's not all, Apostle. In the week of Rosh Hashanah, we had a $20,000 debt forgiven from the bank. We never stopped tithing, we never stopped sowing, we never stopped giving. God did the miracle in this year.
Give him, blow a kiss to God, blow a kiss to God. Come on. Hey, what about you? Thank you. Yes.
That's not all. He also got an $18,000 raise, which he didn't mention. But this year, God has used you and Tuesday night encounters to completely heal me from a suicide attempt. When we first transitioned from New York, I fell into a very deep depression. I felt I had no more purpose. I thought, I was scared. Ministry had broken my heart, literally. But this year alone, through counseling, through your classes on Tuesday night, relearning about the fear of God, relearning about the first love, you bringing the series about depression and talking about mental health, I was truly delivered from a suicide attempt. I took 2 Oxycontins. And I said, I'm gonna die. We didn't have any job. This is all a big part of a testimony because we had no money. We had an apartment with no furniture. I literally just wanted to die. And through your class on Tuesday, talking about purpose, I can stand here and say, I'm not going to run away from my calling anymore. I can say, send me, I will go again. Because now I know
Blow a
that I
kiss
have
to
a
God.
purpose.
Everybody, do a blow kiss to God. Come on. Some of you, those little kisses were like, come on, go, go. 1, 2, 3, go. Do you have the keys? Tell me what happened with him.
Apostle, this is Leyland. He comes all the way from Kansas. He got connected to the ministry and with you through the book Transformation of the Heart.
Come on,
he
what's the
drove
book?
2 hours
Wow.
to get here. He's been sleeping in the car, waiting
Wow.
for the church to
Transformation of
open.
the Heart.
For the church to open to just come and receive. Because he was so impacted by the book. He comes and he says, I need to testify what God did with me. 8 years ago, he was cutting a tree in Kansas. The tree fell on top of his head. When they took him to the doctor, that's the pictures. When they took him to the doctor, the hospital did not want to take care of him because they said he's supposed to be dead. God saved him. They did surgery. He was supposed to die. And he wants to testify that by the grace of God, by the power of God, he's alive today. And he's here to testify.
Tell me what God has done. Can you declare the greatness of God, what God has done in your life?
Once you've been that close to death,
How did you connect with our ministry? How did you connect with the ministry?
Sid Roth. I saw you on Sid Roth, ordered some of your material. But see, brother, I'm here to share my testimony, but more importantly, I'm here to receive. I'm tired of reading about the supernatural transformation. I come to receive that, and that's the reason I slept in my old truck last night and the night before. But when the tree hit me in my head, my brother thought I was dead. It knocked me cold for 10 minutes, throwing up blood when I gained consciousness. 2 little paramedics never thought I would live. They sent me to Hot Springs. The doctor examined me, told the family to go ahead and make funeral arrangements. My pituitary was separated from my brain. And he said, I've been doing this for 20 years and I've never seen a person survive.
Wow.
Told the family to find another hospital.
Wow.
So they sent me to Little Rock. Medical science didn't know what to do with me, but he did. The great physician, there's a reason he's called the great physician, and that's one of the reasons I'm here today. From Friendship, Arkansas, population 176. And when they sent me to Little Rock, even there, they told the family, look, even if he survives, a good possibility he'll be a vegetable and wheelchair.
Tell me, how did you get your healing? What did you stand on when you went through that crisis?
For 2 weeks, I had no memory. I was unconscious for 2 weeks. They never thought I would gain consciousness. So I could not even pray. But here, nobody in the family told me this, and my nephew, it'll be 8 years in January, the accident. About 4 months ago, my nephew, during that 2 weeks, he said, when I come up to Little Rock, he said, I know you were out of it. My intellect
Right.
was 0. But he said, you were saying 3 words over and over and over and over and over, and at least 2 different times. I said, what were those 3 words? Lord,
Wow.
help me.
Wow.
I was pleading for my very life and was not even conscious of it. There is a reason to hide the word in your heart. It can mean the difference.
Come on, put your hand together.
It can mean the difference between life
Wow.
and death.